Hi boys, and welcome back. Today is Friday, November 6th. It's Friday, it's Friday. Fridays are always fun, right? Because we have the weekend and do some pretty cool things on the weekends. So let's get this party started. Let's say our new prayer. All right, so fold our hands and bow our heads. Dear God, we give thanks for all good things, for potatoes and stuffing and turkey wings. We thank God for pumpkin pie and the happiness in our family's smile. Amen. Okay, so I told you about this cornucopia song. Well, a cornucopia or a horn of plenty. Remember, I showed you this. I think I showed you this. All right, so the Pilgrims used to hold this like this underneath their arms. It was much bigger, and this is where they would put their fruits and vegetables in. Okay, I have a cucumber, I have some peppers, I have a lemon, and I have some grapes in here. But mostly, strawberry. Mostly it was vegetables, okay? So, I made this crazy song up. Goes with my crazy hair today. Look at this hair. So, I know Michelle's crazy. So, the cornucopia, horn of plenty. You have to decide what you want in your horn of plenty. And I'm gonna get my guitar. And my guitar only has 4 strings, and it's really loose. And here's a news flash for you. I don't know how to play the guitar, but I have this song that I'm gonna attempt to play on the guitar. Okay, and if your father's in the room, tell him he's gotta leave because he's gonna say, what is Michelle doing? Because he knows how to play instruments, so. Okay, so let's think of what's in a cornucopia. How about a cabbage? There's a cabbage in my cornucopia. There's a cabbage in my cornucopia. What else? What other kind of vegetable can you think of? There is corn in my cornucopia. There is corn in my cornucopia. All right, one more. Oliver, think of something. There are peas in my cornucopia. There are peas in my cornucopia. All right, Graham, your turn. There is lettuce in my cornucopia. There is lettuce in my cornucopia. Woo! Only for you would I record that and do that. And let's hope nobody comes across my YouTube page for that one. Okay, but fun song, right? Maybe we'll do that on our next Zoom call too. We can think of things that are in our cornucopia, our horn of plenty. It's shaped like a horn, and it's just talking about how many wonderful vegetables that they were able to harvest when the Native Americans helped them and became friends with them. So, fun song. All right, let's jump into Friday. We're going to finish the week with our letter P. Okay, P for pilgrims, P for pear, pail, puzzle, pencil, pig, pumpkin pie, pebbles, a lot of things you can think of, paints. All begin with the letter P. Okay, and your last name, Paluzak, is a P word too. So if we were writing Paluzak, you would be using your capital P or your uppercase P for that because it's a name. All right, so first thing, down, acorns are falling down. I'm a little acorn nut lying on the cold ground. Everybody steps on me, that is why I'm cracked, you see. I'm a nut, I'm an acorn nut. So we are going to start with our trees because our maple trees have our acorns in them, and we are going to trace down to the acorns that Mr. Bushytails is trying to collect, because Hi, Mr. Bushytails. How are you today? You should be gathering nuts. You don't have time to play, for winter is coming and the snow is all around. And there you'll find your dinner hidden safely in the ground. So we're going to start with our first tree. And we're going to trace that line all the way down to the acorn on the bottom, boys. So start with our tree, and we're going to trace all the way down. Now that was, pretty easy. It's a straight line. Now we get to the second one. We're doing a zigzag. So we're taking our time. It's not a race. You want to hit all of the turns. I just picked brown because brown's the color of the month, but you can use any color you want. All right, so see, we went nice and slow, and we didn't miss any of the turns, and then we got down to the acorn. And we're going to do the same thing with the next tree. And this kind of looks like a racetrack. But we're going to take our time again and get all the way down to the bottom. And then now we're going to do kind of a loop on our last one. And it's how the acorns fall from the tree. You never know. I tell you all the time, when the puppies are outside, those Mr. Bushytails, those squirrels, they have acorns in their mouth, and they fall and they hit them on the head, and the puppies don't know where it came from. All right, so now that we have started with our trees and gotten to our acorns, now when it's time to color, you can go back and you can color your acorns in. Remember, acorns are brown. Some have a little bit of black on them. Some even may have a little bit of yellow. Here's a big acorn. And see the top of it? Okay, lighter brown, and the bottom's the darker brown. I have little baby ones too. They're super tiny. They're hard to get. But look at how little that guy is. Okay, or even one that's smaller. Look at him. Super duper small. All right, so then you can go back, you can color your acorns in, you can color Mr. Bushytails in, and you can color the 4 trees in. But what I really want you to concentrate on is taking your time going from that tree all the way down to the acorn and tracing it the best that you can do. All right, and next we have Name It and Find It. Okay, so this is a house that the Pilgrims live in. There's Mommy and her 2 children. There's a baby over here. In a rectangle on the top, it's asking us to find a sewing basket, a pillow, carrots, a doll, a fish, a cradle, marbles, a pot, candle, books, and a cat. All of those things in here we are going to find down here. So I'm just going to do one with you. Let's look for the sewing basket. And I spy the sewing basket down here. So I'm going to circle it, and then I'm going to cross it out up here. So my sewing basket, I found it down here. I'm going to circle it, and then I'm going to cross it out here. And you're going to do the same all the way across your rectangle, 2 long sides, 2 short sides, and find everything that's in your rectangle in the picture. All right. Now, this is a super fun craft that we're going to do. I know that you like to paint, but we're going to be painting with Q-tips. And I gave you a bunch of them. Now, you guys have liquid paint that I gave you. I'm going to use my watercolors just because it's easier for me, but I know that you have liquid paint. So I'm going to start out by putting water in the colors that I want to use because I want to get them nice and wet. Okay, I'm using fall colors because I want to do a tree, leaves on a tree. So you have a blank piece of paper, and you can do anything that you want to do with this. But I'm just going to start by making a tree and just some branches. But like I said, you can do anything you want to do. This is your project. Okay, so I just made, I got a stick figure tree that doesn't have any leaves on it. Then I'm going to take my Q-tips and I'm going to put them in my paint. So you see just on the tip there. All right, and this is how I'm gonna paint with it. I'm just gonna use the tip of my Q-tip. And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna have when we're done. Now yours, you're gonna be able to see a little better because like I said, boys, I'm using watercolors. So my paint isn't gonna be as bright as your paint would be. But I just wanna show you so you get an idea of how super cool painting like this can be. All right, so that's just the tip of the Q-tip. And I dipped it in my paint. And now I'm just going to, see that? It's kind of hard to do this way, but all little leaves, almost like little berries. And I gave you yellow, I gave you orange. I definitely gave you brown for the color of the month. And each Q-tip you should use with a different color. And you don't need a lot of paint. You definitely don't need a lot of paint. You just need to dab it on the top of your Q-tip, the very top. And then you will see that I could keep going and I could fill in my tree. Now, if you didn't want to do a tree and you decided maybe you want to do a leaf, that's fine too. You would just take this and see, just by doing the dots together, I have a leaf. If I wanted to take that leaf and add a stem to it, I could do that with my Q-tip. And then I could take another Q-tip and I could go back to my red. You hear that? Boom, 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 boom. That's my Q-tip dotting down. Now remember, when I show you this, no laughing at me. You know Miss Sheila's not a good artist like you guys are. But I could take my red and I could make an apple. So I took the Q-tip and I made a lot of little circles with it. And if you kept going, you could fill the whole thing in. There's the stem of the apple. I think my stem needs to be a little longer. There's the stem of the apple. And then there's the leaf. So I am so excited to see what your creations are, because painting with Q-tips can be so much fun. And you can make anything that you want to make. If you want to do the tree first, you can even do the tree, use your Q-tips to make the trunk of the tree. It just takes a while to do, but you don't have to do this all at once. You can start it and then go back. So whatever you want to do, you can make a sun, you could make the ocean. That would be pretty fun if we did blue and we made an ocean and we put fish in it. Okay, there's the beginning of my ocean, and then I could put something in my ocean fish, maybe a shark, baby shark, whatever you guys want to do. All right, so that is our super fun painting with a Q-tip craft. Now, I am not sure if I also gave you this part to make a wreath. I might have. I'm not really sure, boys, because in class we're only doing the wreath. We're not using the Q-tips. I just thought the Q-tips would be fun for you. If I did give you this, what you're going to do is paint this with your brown paint, and then I should have given you a bag that has different kinds of leaves in it, maybe some, trying to think what else I would have used. Probably like little acorns, just a bag of all different things. And what you're going to do, and there's also string in there, is you're going to make a wreath to hang on your door. And let me get one that I have made, because I know that I have different kinds here. But I have one that has a circle in it, one that looks like this. I didn't paint the back of this, but here's the string, and then it has, oh, there it is, right there. There's our turkey, and then there's leaves. And then I do have one that doesn't have a hole in it, that these are all different kinds of leaves here, and then it has, you know, some acorns and some different things, a little bit of glitter, whatever I put in there. So there's 2 different kinds of wreaths that you can make. If I did give you this, and I hope I did, and if I didn't, let me know, because I will be happy to drop it off, and you can do it maybe even next week. You're gonna paint this brown, and then you're going to put all the beautiful things on it. So that's a fun craft too, but I'm super excited for you to see your Q-tip craft. So Q-tip craft, your wreath that you're making, that's a nice, the wreath's a nice project to do over the weekend too. You can also do I Spy Outside, and there might be some fun things to glue on your wreath. You could find acorns or different leaves and things like that. Okay, so then you're gonna do Name It, Find It. You're gonna find the things that are in the rectangle, and then we are going to do down, 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 acorns on the tree. We start with the tree, we go all the way down. Here are the acorns, and there's Mr. Bushytails. And this you're going to finish coloring when it's coloring time. So, whew, a lot of work to do. So this week, just to recap, your letter is P. Your color for the month is brown. Your shape is a rectangle, which is 2 long sides, 2 short sides. We're in the month of November, still in the season of fall, and we have some very exciting things to do. We have more to learn about our Native American friends and our pilgrims and all the things that we're thankful for. So I am thankful for you. I'm thankful for your mom and dad, and I'm thankful for friendships. I'm thankful for our yummy meal that we're going to eat on Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for wonderful smelling candles. And I am going to wish you a very happy weekend, and I will see you on Monday. See you guys later.